Vag, vag, vag. What you gonna do when it's hot outside? Ooh, I know what. Listen to Vag. What you gonna do when the trains are down? Ooh, I know what. Listen to Vag.
Hi.
Here, hang on.
Hello. It worked.
Are you in your bed also?
What?
I said you're in your bed also?
No, I have like I have a finished attic, so I'm in like my this is my artist space.
Oh, I thought you were in your bed. I'm in my bed.
No, it's like it's an L-shaped couch.
Oh, nice.
Ew, where do you live?
Anyway, how are you guys?
Good. Hey, we're recording just to give you a heads up.
Okay, good. So I won't say anything horrible.
Well, I mean, we can cut it out.
No, I'll say all horrible. I don't care.
Great. Well, we're inside, so you can say whatever.
Safe space, big time.
Yeah, this tier is called safe space. It's only our top tier people can get.
No, this is the regular one. Everyone can hear it.
Yeah.
Fancy bed. Is that your fancy bed, Adrienne? That's crazy.
I'm a queen.
That's where all the magic happens.
Yeah.
Yes, all the magic. This is a bed from like Bob's.
Bob's Furniture.
Bob's.
Bob's is pretty great.
It is pretty great.
This is their white trash special.
I love it. You do look trashy.
How are you
I
doing?
finally got on unemployment.
What's that?
I finally was able to get onto unemployment and apply.
Oh, good. I'm glad. And every comedian out there should apply, by the way. I don't know why people are like, should I do it? I'm like, of course you should.
Well, I just don't know if we're going to get it.
We'll get it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Well, I tried going on today. I'm probably going to try after like around midnight tonight to go back online because I just keep getting kicked off online.
Yeah, that happened to me a bunch of times, and then I was able to do it. But yeah, it's frustrating, but everybody's on it. So everybody's on it. Oh my God, it's amazing.
It's the new thing.
It's like social media. It shows the unemployment app where everyone just gets on and gabs away.
Oh, yeah.
It's called this.
Now, when you got it, did you call Veronica or did you go online?
I did online.
You did online. Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot easier online because there's on the phone. You just cannot get through.
I
called
over 500 times the other day.
Yeah, I literally called. I think like 36 times or something. I was like
36 times. I called 200 times in an hour. I just kept hanging up and calling. You never get anyone. So I don't know how they're doing it. It would be better off if you just left a message and then they would call people back.
Yeah.
I think there's like literally like 6 million people who are.
I just think how much that job would suck right now. Because, I mean, everyone's in a frenzy that they're probably being very short and rude to these employees that you're just like, I don't know how to help you.
But if that was my job, I'd be like, hey, I'll hang up on you. And you can call back and take 5 weeks to get in touch with me.
Yeah.
That's true. You have an out.
You hold all the power.
So what's the topic this evening? Do you have anything specific?
Well, I mean, normally we do it in my car and we just kind of talk about what's going on, like social stuff, but it's like everything now is just Corona.
No, it's really weird.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing probably the same thing every day for the last 3 weeks, kind of.
Yeah.
Do you guys, what time are you, I mean, Veronica, you probably get up early because you have a kid, but like my sleep pattern's all fucked up right now.
Yeah, I saw your post, Adrienne, about I'm up at 5 o'clock and with just tons of Corona articles, and
that's all there is to read. I go into this rabbit hole by myself at 5 a.m. It's just brutal.
I know, and like I go on Top Buzz. Do you read Top Buzz? Art, like it's the worst. It's horrible.
I gotta check that out.
Every article is about coronavirus or being trans. It's really.
That's right up her alley.
The whole thing is just, those are the only subjects that people are talking about right now. And I'm like, people are still talking about being trans. I think that's so last year. I don't know. For me, it's not trendy anymore.
Oh, well, yesterday, wasn't it Trans Awareness Day?
Yes.
And didn't even get their day. They have to all stay inside another year.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't even aware that it was Trans Day. I totally missed it. Now I have to come out next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is my-
Weird Groundhog Day, but
Yeah.
just trans people, I guess.
My favorite part about this is my mother is, well, me and my mom started talking and as a result of Corona, but she sends me articles that she's only reading a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So she's like, she told me, she sent me an article. She goes, my therapist told me that because I was telling about her stuff about like Corona and like the hospitals being overrun and stuff. She goes, yeah, my therapist told me there was a baby coffin in Manhattan and inside was organs. I go, what? She goes, yeah, it's so terrible. So I look it up. It's like from 2017. She's not even researching anything. Just anything someone's telling her. There was a new thing she sent me today. I go, what are you talking about? What did she say? She goes, I heard there were 8 scientists working on, I guess, a cure for this. She goes, another scientist confronted them, and then 2 news people, and then the 9th scientist died, and the other reporters are missing. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'd venture to guess there's probably a couple more than 8. I don't know. I'm just
In this scenario, it sounds like these 8 scientists were working in a lab. 2 people came in, murdered them. I don't know. And then somebody died, and then the reporters are also missing.
And this is pre-Corona stuff, but she's lumping it in with Corona news.
I think that might be Corona stuff, but the baby dead corpses organs thing, that was something that her therapist told her about.
Oh.
why would your
My
therapist
mother's therapist also drives a pickup truck, so I don't think she's the most informed.
Yeah. But yeah, my mom is very she's very conservative.
I think,
Like
yeah,
I think
most parents,
are.
yeah.
She's like, well, as long as you try the the malaria drug. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, she just throws shit out. Like,
But they are saying she might actually be right on that, though.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, initially, anything that the big guy says, she's like, yeah, I think that's right. I'm like, oh my God, please stop it.
Where does your mom live? Where are you from?
I was born in Connecticut, raised in New Jersey.
Okay.
No, boring. But anyway, but Sarah, you were talking about schedules, and yes, every day I wake up at 6:30. My daughter's a bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Are
mean,
you
I
saying
kind
that
of wouldn't mind having what?
Sorry.
No, I was just saying I wouldn't mind having a kid right now so I can have my sleep schedule be like on a regular timeline rather than waking up at noon and then like going to bed at 4 in the morning.
I know, but it's not that. The thing is, it's just like, for me, it is true how the days just blend in. Like, you don't know what day it is at all. Dishes, I'm just like, there's more of these. There's more dishes. Yeah. So.
Are you homeschooling?
Yeah, we have to, and they're out through April 30th. It's a lot.
I feel like I would be like, I guess my kid is just not going to get taught anything and will work in the factories now.
Yeah.
She'll catch up next year.
What's that?
She'll catch up next year. Just let her watch TV.
I know, I should all the time. Well, it's funny because a lot of you should see people arguing on Facebook. It's so fucking stupid. Like, people are like, okay, so her teacher, she's in kindergarten. Her teacher's awesome. She's like, let's get the kids together on Zoom and whatever. And it was so fun. The kids are on Zoom and they're all like smiling and laughing and they're happy and blah, blah, blah. These kids are like 6 years old. And then 2 days later, they're like, no, she can't do Zoom anymore because it's against the rules and they have to be careful because, the kids are making memes out of their teachers. I'm like, I don't think of out of their teacher. And the parents are right there. They're like, well, do you know that people are bombing with like porn? It's like, and then you close your laptop.
Yeah.
Also, kids are making memes at 6 years old.
What?
Kids are making memes at 6 years old?
No, that's what I'm saying. People are like, but it's high schoolers that are the problem. And it's like, well, whatever. It's like, it's this whole Corona thing, everything is one rotten apple spoils the bunch. And that's what I can't fucking stand after a while. I'm just like, okay, so now because a bunch of kids played basketball in the park, now the parks are all closed. So like if you're following the rules, you can't go take a walk like to the park. Like it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Everybody's dumb. This feels
Yeah.
like
I mean, did you
The
see?
problem is the dumbest people are the ones that aren't listening to anything, and that's why we're gonna have to stay in the house longer.
yeah.
I mean, did you see the press conference of that governor from Georgia that was like, yeah, I just found out yesterday that it's contagious, or like you can be contagious when it's asymptomatic, where you're like, yeah, that's what we've been talking about for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well,
That is the South, though. They're a little slower down there.
Yeah.
I think they still have slavery.
we got the microwave like 5 years ago. So I
Yeah.
guess
I just feel like if I was the governor, I wouldn't admit that I just found that out yesterday.
I would do that thing where you just kind of nod and then go Google it in the bathroom. I'm sure somebody says something I don't know, but I'm like, it sounds right. I just go, interesting.
Yeah, or just act like you did close it so the rest of the states don't feel like you're stupid, and then quietly close it.
I don't care that people think they're stupid. They
Yeah.
don't. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm praying they don't school. Some places are closing school through the end of the year already. I'm like, can we please just wait? Let's just wait till
I mean, Veronica, I don't want to be the person to tell you this, but she's definitely not going back to school till September.
Why? What? Let's look.
Okay, New York has the most cases. Like,
I'm in New Jersey.
Everybody.
I'm in New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. I thought you were in Brooklyn.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I moved.
Oh, maybe then she might have a shot. I thought you were still in Brooklyn.
No, but I definitely. But I mean, I just don't know what they expect. It, swear to God. And the parents are like, and I'm a big mouth, so I'm the one who's like, there's no fucking way I'm doing this much work. Like, it's just not happening. Like some of the teachers were sending home like 5-6 hours worth of work, which would never even be done in a class with 20 kids. It just doesn't happen. So it's like, but then our teacher was pretty cool. She's like, look, just don't bother with the homework. Do this, and this, get that done. So we have about maybe 3.5, 4 hours worth of work to do each day.
That's not so bad.
Not too bad. And a lot of it's computer stuff, and it's like fun. And every video has a character that talks like this. Yeah. I swear to God, every time she does anything, they're like, what's 3 minus 1? And it's like, she has to slide it over, bing, and great job. It's like all we hear all morning. I'm like, it's really not that great. It's not that great.
There should be a character that matches y'all's mood.
Yeah.
Hey, that's great.
Great job.
She's just like smoking a cigarette.
Or you could just set it to like hungover mom.
Yeah.
What's that?
Set it to like hungover mom, where she's just like can't have anything loud.
Oh my God. And we only have one. Imagine a mom's got 3 kids, has to do like 3 different schedules, has to be inside all the time. Oh my God.
Well, then you just pick one class and they all get taught that.
Yeah. And if they can't keep up, you fail them.
Yeah. So you have like a 6-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 16-year-old. You're just like, whatever, 11-year-old. Good luck with that shit. It's not happening.
You're learning trigonometry.
Trigonometry, I think I'd be like, I'm also learning this for the first time.
Oh, that's a lot of it though. A lot of it, you're like, what is this math? What is this? Like I did a video on Common Core math because I was like, what the fuck is it literally, they'll say stuff like, like Susan has 7 dimes on her person. You're like, okay. And then they go, it's like,
well, are they saying person because you can't give a gender?
I don't know, Adrian. I don't know.
Yes, they are.
And they're like, and it'll say, Stephen removes 3 dimes from Susan's person. It's like the wording, and then it'll say, tell how many. Like, see these dimes? Tell how many. I'm like, nobody talks like that.
I know.
Nobody speaks like that. Tell how many. You say, tell how many there are. You just say, tell how many. Like, that's what it feels like. You're like waiting for those extra words. It's so weird.
Oh, yeah. And also, like, I don't want to read in my math.
There's a lot of that. And it's a lot of explain your answer. It's like, why is 3 minus 2 1? It's like, because it is, dude. That's it.
We've established this already.
No, man. It's really weird. It's all money. But
Yeah.
how are you guys? What are you up to? Like, what are we doing?
Well, I did my taxes the last 2 days and that was depressing.
Oh,
I think I broke even with comedy. It's just making me realize that comedy is financially irresponsible.
you just realizing that?
Well, every year I do. Well, every year I feel like it's going to get better, but even like the bigger the gigs are, it's like the more money that you are spending to get to them.
Yeah, that's why all those write-offs and stuff are so important, because it's like it's cost me like 3 times the amount that I'm making to just do it.
Yeah.
When you do spots, you guys, like when we're doing like a spot, like say we had a weekend spot, we get that massive $100, right?
Yeah.
You're getting taxed on it. It's getting in your hand, but you're only making like $60, and then you have to spend money on meals and whatever the hell ever to get there.
Yeah, in between, I took like all the Lyft rides I took this year. I think it ended up close to in the thousands.
Yeah, like 4,000 or 5,000. I'm sure, no doubt.
Especially if you go to the airport and stuff, those those are like $50, $60 each way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot of money.
Well,
What about all the stability? Doesn't that make it worth it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the consistency of the no money. That's great.
I just like living on the edge, especially having a child.
Oh yeah, you threw in another element.
Yeah. When you're like, I don't know where your next meal's coming from, honey. That's daddy's job.
Well, that's where those math problems come in handy.
That's very true.
If you have 5 dimes on your person and we have no dimes at home,
Yes.
where are you getting your next meal?
Mommy does a shitty bar gig in Western Pennsylvania. She spends $65 on gas and tolls, and she makes $100 and then has to come home and has a flat tire and is fucked from that.
Yeah. How much is your meal for that day?
Yeah, sure. And
Do you think a lot of people doing comedy that are like right in the middle, do you think some of them are just going to quit? Like, we're going to be out of work for months.
I know.
Do you think some people who are living in New York, not people that are, making a lot of money, or people that aren't living, but like New York City, that's so expensive. Do you think some people are just going to go back, live with their parents?
I don't know. I really would hope not, but I know a lot of guys who like think about, I don't know. I just think about people who like host all the time. People who host, that's a pretty, their income, and get unemployment and make like $500 a week. It's actually not bad. It just depends on what your bills are.
Yeah. But what is it, that stimulus package where you're like, that doesn't even cover my share of the rent.
I thought it was every month. It's not. It's one time. You're like, what am I doing with that? Plus you also have to pay taxes on it too.
Yeah, that's dumb. I never understand that. It's like just
give us $1,000.
Right, or give us like $750 or whatever it is.
Yeah. Maybe pay taxes on it after.
That's like when Oprah gave away all those out and they all had to pay taxes on that.
Veronica, do you have a pillow by your speaker or your mic?
I did.
Okay.
Wow, good. That's a pillow. Sorry, I had it up in my vagina.
It's so hot that we couldn't even hear you.
And it's just wrapped around it. It just was engulfing.
Yeah, it was just like on fire down there.
No, when Oprah gave away cars, remember that?
Yeah.
Those people have to pay taxes on it?
Oh yeah, they were
pissed.
They were pissed. It's like when you give people like scratch off lottery tickets for a gift, and it's like, what? Well, I'm not getting anything out of this. Like, I'm just,
Oh yeah. Or like if I gave you a horse for a present and you're like, well, now I have to get like a stable and feed it.
That's what they should do for the stimulus package. Just give everybody a pony.
And you know how many people would be fighting ponies for money? There'd be so many pony fights in the hood.
Picture these guys in the Bronx, like
Outside my window.
like with like dice and like like this. The ponies are just.
Oh yeah, that would not be great.
But it
Oh
has
my
to be
God.
ponies. They have to be ponies. They can't be like full on horses. They have to be like almost like mini ponies.
It would make kids so happy for like a day or two, though.
Oh
Imagine
my
that.
God. I would
That's
laugh
kinda
so hard if they were like, you guys, we all get a pony for your stimulus package. Cause they're like, teach a man to fish and he'll eat forever. Like,
What would we do with ponies? Imagine I just had to have it in my house.
No,
I guess-
you can buy it downstairs, like where the
Yeah.
garbage cans are, like on the.
But then someone's gonna steal my pony.
not if we all have our pony.
Very true. Everybody
Somebody's gonna want more ponies. You can never have too many.
Oh yeah.
get a pony, and you get a pony.
But we all have to pay taxes on it.
I love it.
With my pony tax, it's got to be at least what, $1,000? How much is a pony worth?
Well, yeah, it's probably something called like a stable tax or something.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, like
I
some
think
old time-
people that don't have cars would probably love to have a pony to be able to sell like bags of sanitizer on the street. You just on your pony.
You're
Oh,
thinking,
yeah.
God, you're such a city girl. That's
I mean,
Dawkins. You
but
can't
I've
think-
always had a car. I live in the city, but I've always had a car. I've probably taken public transportation like 30 times, 30, 40 times.
strap stuff to a pony. It doesn't work like that.
What do you mean a pony? You could get on the back of a pony.
Not really. Little kids can, but not like. I mean,
Somebody like Sarah could. She's like 100 pounds.
Yeah, I could get on it.
yes.
I would get on my pony's back and just break it. And
Like-
then I'd break my pony.
God, I am so fat, by the way. I probably gained like 12 pounds, 13 pounds for this. I swear to God. I don't get
Oh, yeah, everything's out the window. I just can't wait to see what we're going to look like, how we've accessorized after all of this has happened, how we've decorated our homes. Like, because people are just fiddling with everything because they're so bored.
I think everyone's going to make a lot of ugly crafts during this, and we're going to get invited to a lot of ugly craft and like necklace shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
You ever have that friend that like makes jewelry and wants you to buy it from them?
Wire
Yeah.
and stones, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Candle parties. There's going to be a lot of that where you're just like, I don't want any of your crap.
Everyone's gonna have split ends and their hair, except for mine, because mine's natural. I know.
You have beautiful hair.
Yeah.
You're a natural redhead, and I'm a box redhead.
Only thing that I've ever I cannot believe I've never gone gray. Like, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
My grandma.
That is amazing.
My point is, my ends. I don't know if you can see them. They're like. Neep, 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 neep. You're
You
like,
know, you could put on it. I mean, I don't know that you want to waste it, but you could do like mayonnaise on your hair.
I'm actually running out of mayonnaise, but thank you for the pain.
Well,
It's hurtful. I don't have. I'm not like you, okay, Adrian. I don't have like gallons and gallons of mayonnaise. Just.
I mean, it's pretty delicious.
But yeah, my hair is terrible, and I think I think about people like who get mani pedis all the time, who get like tips done, or like like a. Forget it. People
We're
are
gonna all like look like we're getting out of jail when this is over. Like you
Oh,
ever see people
yeah.
who are doing their own, like making their own makeup in prison. That's what we're gonna look like when this is over.
you think people are at their homes tattooing themselves?
Yeah. This
Making
is
making shanks for sure.
This is a
I
time
was thinking of getting a gun. I don't even know how to get a gun.
you
My
can
husband-
probably get one online.
I think that's probably a bad idea to get a gun online, Sarah.
You
Just-
think so?
I wouldn't order one.
I don't think you should get a gun online.
But I did think about it, because apparently here, like in New Jersey where I live, there's like been some car thefts and stuff, and I don't know what's happening, but apparently Corona drives people out to steal shit because there's nobody on the streets. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be-
Yeah, that's why I don't like walking my dog late at night. I just have my pony walk my dog now.
Yes.
Yeah, see how beneficial having a pony will be for us.
Wait.
I think it's gonna be really great.
Just
Charge
think,
kids to ride it.
can you milk a pony?
Oh,
No,
Try.
doesn't have teats.
I don't know.
They put-
Wasn't that like a joke in
Yeah, the Meet the Parents
yeah, you said you could milk anything?
with
Yeah.
yeah.
something I don't remember,
You
but
could try it. So
Yeah.
what does your husband do? Does he have to go to work or is he working from home?
working from home. He does like life safety fire stuff. Like he's like places like Sloan Kettering Hospital has like fire alarm systems, and he
Oh, okay.
contracts for that stuff. So it's good. He's working in an essential business, but he just stopped going to the office last week. And like the guy, he sits in an office and shares an office with someone. And that guy is really sick right now. We don't know if he has it, COVID, but it's
He could just have cancer.
he could. We're hoping, but
Fingers crossed for cancer.
but the thing is, my husband has asthma and celiac, so he's like autoimmune
Yeah.
compromised.
Oh wow.
I do all the shopping, and I'm wearing like as I go out, I have like the mask on and stuff. I have to.
I don't even have a mask yet. That's why I'm just wearing this thing when I go out.
She's just joined a gang. Sarah's just joined a gang.
Is this part of the Crips?
I think that's part of a new club called the Blacks. It's not red or blue.
No, it is blue.
Oh, is it? It looks
Yeah.
black to me. Okay, so then yeah, you're correct.
Nantuckets.
The Nantuckets.
Yeah.
We wear white jeans and this.
Yeah.
And then we just
As long as
complain
you're
about
covering
stuff.
your mouth, it doesn't. I don't think it matters what you have on.
Yeah.
It's the N95 mask is the one they're saying is the one that prevents you from like, getting sick because the droplets cannot go through that mask.
I guess but that's like if you're right on top of people, right? I mean, also I think a lot of companies are lying saying they're giving you N95 masks. The ones I have said they are, but I don't think they are.
Yeah.
I just want something to cover my face.
Yeah. I just oh my God, by the way, can I bring up something that happened to me on Facebook?
Yes.
Yes.
So and I want to talk about your thing too, Adrian, with that twat.
That was fun.
No, there was a picture. Tom Cotter posted a picture of a Muslim woman with like the full thing on,
Okay.
but her hands were exposed. And he said, "How long do you think before we'll all be dressing like this?" Right? And then Brad Trackman wrote, "She has beautiful hands," and I wrote, "She's a whore," right? Because
Her hands are not covered.
and her hands are exposed.
That's
And
funny.
thing from Facebook saying I'm a bully and a harasser and like I've been warned and this is inappropriate content. And I'm like, I call Bernadette Pauly, who's like one of my closest comedy friends, I call her a whore nonstop online. Like it's just kind of funny. Like you can who you can and can't call a whore. I'm like, why? Because the lady has the outfit on, but it's like the joke was clearly because she didn't have anything exposed. So that was the joke.
Yeah.
Also, though, if her hands aren't covered, she's gonna get corona.
But she's
Very
also a whore.
Yes.
She should be wearing gloves so she doesn't get whore juice on her.
That's very true. I don't know, whatever. I just thought it was really funny. But let's talk about your situation. Did you hear anything from that girl?
Well, I was actually looking for an online fight since I've had so much time. I said I want to get into one fight, and she invited me to some group, and it was like Reopen America, and I was like, this is gonna be a fun group. Like I just knew it was gonna be a great fight. And then I said to her something like, so you don't think that the shutdown should be anywhere? And that kind of is how it exploded.
And then what was she saying? Because I couldn't find the thread. Did she delete the thread?
She blocked me.
Oh.
She was talking about how New York City shouldn't be closed. We just need to wash the streets more. I mean, just like these are people that are voting. So we need to wash the streets more. but we shouldn't be closing these businesses. It's going to crumble the economy, and that the hospitals are fine. They're not. We need to ramp it up at the hospitals. I'm like, ramp it up? What are you talking about? They're full. Nobody's like, there's nowhere to go. There's no ventilator. So that was basically what she was saying. So I guess she's just taking stuff offline, like my mom's doing, and just kind of making her own stuff up.
Right. So you decided to get into a fight.
Well, I didn't get personal until she got personal with me.
And what did she say to you?
I don't remember, but I said to her, I was like, I wasn't going to get personal. I think it was on that post. I forget what she said to me, though.
I can't
I
remember.
don't know, but she's also I said, I know you're a comic in DC. I've asked people, nobody knows who you are. And I said, it must be hard to do comedy dressed like the wall. Because she has a big wall around her outfit.
I saw that.
And that got me blocked.
You just went over the edge on that one.
Yeah, and then I got into another fight with Jeff Cole on there.
You did? What happened?
Jeff Cole got mad at me for calling that lady out, and I said, well, I was only calling her out because she blocked me, and I wanted to know if anyone had a similar experience with her. And that's where I told him I never liked him. And I was like, while I'm here, I don't like you, and I never have.
Oh, I love that one.
I didn't know that was Jeff Cole. That was the one that I said, now you can shame.
Yes.
Shaming.
Well, I said to him something about how he used to overcharge. When I first started doing stand-up, he was, I guess he was booking open mics, and he would charge a lot of money, and he did about a half hour in between every comic. And I said, I probably didn't like you from that.
Right. That's really funny.
And then that's how we went back and forth a bit.
I'm a little tired of the phrase shaming. I got to be honest with you. I just think it's such an overused thing now. Do you guys think that? Or
it's just like PC bullshit that they've made up.
What's also now that people that are assholes know how to use that word to make you feel bad.
Yeah, but I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Someone was like, I don't know. It's like when someone's like, for example, like let's use a pretty big story, which was when Lizzo was wearing that really like up her ass, like cutout thing at the basketball game. People are like, you're shaming her. I'm like, no, I'm saying she looks terrible. Like that's what I'm saying.
And you're allowed to have your opinion.
Yeah, but that's not shaming someone. That's saying, I think you look bad. Like how is that?
So people are saying that you would only say that because she's fat. That's what they're saying.
But in essence, then they're insult. Because if I say that about someone who is like thinner and more like societal standard perfect, then that's shaming too, right? Like, or is it only shaming if
you say that you like that they look thin? I don't know. I guess you can't say anything about anybody anymore, to be honest.
I don't know. I mean, it's like, in a weird way, if I had a booger out of my nose and you called it out and people would be like, Veronica, you're totally shaming Sarah. You're letting me know that something's unflattering.
Well, like you with this girl is what I'm saying. Like, Adrienne, you weren't shaming her.
I know. I was like, I'm curious if anyone else knows who she is and if she's acted like this. She was like crazy. At one point I go, if you don't think it's bad in New York City, come up here and I'll show you the hospital. Well, come to Tennessee, I'll show you these kids that kill themselves. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, that's the we never like to stand on. That's when you come back with something that's stupid. And but you're shaming her. It's like, no, I'm putting her on blast. There's a difference. Like, it's like
I think Jeff's also kind of like her though, where he wants to needle people in a way, but then if he gets called out for it, then he's mad.
Right.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like I was actually surprised by this. I posted one of those Tinder tap outs that I do, and like they're always outrageous and over the top. And this lady goes, I thought it was nice though, because the way she said it, she wasn't really attacking me, even though she was like, I don't agree with it.
Right.
She's like, I like you, I find you funny, but this isn't funny. I think it's cruel to try and get your point across in this manner to a guy who genuinely wants to know why you had gone quiet after responding so quickly. She goes, it's a devastating experience to have a miscarriage. That was another thing too that Fred had told me that like a lot of people were pretending to be pregnant or something on April Fool's Day, and then people were upset about that. Everyone's just upset about everything though.
Yeah.
And somebody wrote back and goes, "You're going to troll this person when you have a coronavirus bingo game on your feed." So it's like, what if somebody died from corona and they're set off by that? It's just weird to pick and choose what you're offended by.
Well, yeah, I love it when somebody says something about something that I say, and then you go on their feed and you find something amazing that shows what a hypocrite they are. And
I don't think this lady was nice about it though. She was like, I'm sure you'll defend your choice. I respect your right to do that. It's too far from me. But some people, like, that was actually pretty nice. But I've had people just go like nuts, where you're like, just unfollow me. You're not going to change my mind, so just unfollow me. But I was surprised that because I've gotten those people too, where they're like fighting you tooth and nail about. I posted something the other day about like, I think it was about nurses that were dying from this, and I go, oh, do we still think teachers should be paid more money? And then like people went nuts on that. And you're like,
because they can't grasp your point. I think that the thing that's funny is intent is never
lost.
Yeah, it's nobody ever, like, if I were to say to you, "What's up, bitch?" and someone's like, "I can't believe you called her that." It's like, well, I've known her for a long time and she knows I'm kidding and she's fine with that. You know, like,
and well, she's also a bitch.
Rating, and that's hurtful. I'm like, but not to her. What is wrong with you? Like, you know, then it just makes me like more, then it makes me more angry, especially on stage. Don't you guys find like that? Like, you just get like, I just want to say the word rape over and over and over.
I want to go full force and be even more offensive. Those people are just not fun. If you have to explain, that's just like, so, and when you're explaining situation, they're like, yeah, but that's still like, that's a derogatory term towards women. And I feel like you're making light of the situation where you're like, then we can't be friends because we're not communicating the same way.
Yeah. Well,
the only thing I hope for this whole coronavirus thing is like, it just stops the PC culture. Like, people realize like, it's just bullshit. Vegetarians are fucking eating beef stew right now. Like, it's just, none of that stuff matters. Like, stop having these hills to die on. They don't matter.
No.
It's just, if you're offended by something, just keep your mouth shut. Why ruin the show for everybody else?
Yeah. I have, what are your best offended audience member stories?
It's always women, always white women. I did a joke about OJ, and it was a white couple, and they were offended. They left. She said she was a cop, I think. I don't know. It's always white women, and they're always offended by something.
What about you, Sarah?
I remember one time when I worked at this hotel, and one of my jobs was to like constantly be cleaning this espresso machine. It was like hours every day, and it was so annoying. And I compared it to raising a child with autism, and it used to kill. And then I did it one night, and people just hated me. I've never felt something like that in my entire life, and I did legitimately feel bad, and so I kind of stopped doing it. But at the time, and I still think it's a funny joke.
Yeah, to compare that.
Autism triggers people like school shooting jokes.
Yeah, even though it's such a broad range.
I used to have a joke that was kind of like that about my dog used to eat shit, and I compare it to having an autistic child. I'd say, because you want to love it, but you can't because they're ruining your life.
Right.
And like, that would make people upset.
So yeah, it's funny.
Autism, school shootings, rape, kind of like Me Too jokes sometimes.
Yeah. I know somebody, oh God, who the fuck was it? A guy comic did some joke, but it was pretty funny. And it was about, and it had the word rape in it, but it wasn't about rape. It was something, I can't remember. It was one one was like, well, she's like, well, I was raped. He goes, so was I. And I was like, really? And he goes, no, I was never raped. But I just want to say it to her.
It's such a great comeback.
Great comeback. It was awesome.
Right, because she thought she was entitled to like being raped and no one else could. Or
yeah.
Be raped.
Well, that's like, I've heard people say that jokes about suicide aren't funny, but there are members of my family that have committed suicide, and I still think they're funny. within, and it just has to be a funny joke.
Yeah, I agree. It's very interesting how people perceive things. Like at Broadway Comedy Club, these girls were so. Oh, first of all, these bitches were talking during the whole intro, the host, and then I got up.
Fucking awful. I've had some of my worst sets at that place.
Yeah, but they so they're all like this kind of girl, like, yeah, whatever. And so they're talking, and then I did the joke about how oh my gosh, I can't remember it. Isn't it funny? My routine's like slipping from my head now. My daughter and I argued about putting on sunscreen, and I was like, I don't know if you guys know this joke, and I was like, you have to put on your sunscreen. She's like, no, I don't have to. I get brown and you get red. And I go, that's true. You have more of your father's heritage. She goes, no, it's because I have more melanin in my skin. I was like, yeah, well, you do that. People with more melanin, their skin have a 50% higher chance of getting shot by the cops. So put on your fucking sunscreen, right? And it's one of my favorite lines to say. I get like huge laughs from the crowd. And these girls in the back were like, you're fucking racist. Dumb, dude. You're dumb. You are dumb. And she's like, and I go, sir, and I was like, there's a black dude in the front. I was like, I think you're black. And I was like, I think you're black. If I'm not mistaken. And they're like, laughing, whatever. And I was like, they get it because they have brains. I was like, you don't have brains. Like, what's wrong with you? And then the girl's like, you're a fucking asshole and you're fucking homophobic, because I did a joke about trans, like looking like I could be trans and all this shit. And then she goes, when she said you're racist, I go, it's always, and so I said, I go, it's always white women. Yeah. And she goes, I'm so not white. And I couldn't see her. And I go, you're so not white. I'm like, you better turn in your card soon, bitch, because you're going to be fucking kicked out of the club.
Yeah. So wait, did you ever get to see what she looked like?
She was like very, very light-skinned, mixed race, I think, because they kicked her out. And she was screaming at the whole club, shame on all of you for laughing at this woman. Fuck all of you. It was crazy that all these women left, and then everybody started cheering. It was really actually great. Like one of those really nice, like, I was vindicated moments, but I was zinging them with every line I could have, and they just kept talking. It was crazy.
She's probably like, what I did today felt really good. Like, I'm like Rosa Parks.
Totally. Yes, 100%. And I had said, I was like, the problem with you is that you have no adversity in your life. So you don't know anything. So then you pick and choose anything, and you're trying to be the defender. And I was like, well, this is my fucking safe space. This is my safe space. You get the fuck out. You don't be here. I have sorry, I'm getting worked up talking about it. I just get really like, I hate everybody.
Yeah. I did a school shooting joke at the Cellar maybe 2 years ago, and the lady wouldn't stop. She got kicked out, and I go outside like a half hour later. She's out there, and she's like, I just want to talk to you. She's like, I think you have potential. I mean, and then they wouldn't leave, and I was like, I'm not going to stop doing the joke. Like, I don't know why you're wasting your time. They wouldn't leave, and the cops had to come back, and then they walked me into my car, because like her, and then it became like her and her 3 or 4 friends, and it was me and I guess a bunch of comics, and we're just out there fighting with them.
Wow, that's crazy. Where was like Steve or like any of the bouncers?
They were there. They were trying to tell. I think Jason was there, and they were telling them to leave, but they wouldn't leave. So the cops had to come and be like, "All right." They walked from my car, and then they told them they had to leave.
Yeah, these girls.
They thought they were right. They were like, "We're gonna call the cops," and then like I guess Liz had called the cops, and they're like, "You guys have to get like they're gonna yell at you. They don't care. You know what I mean? Like, what are you guys doing here?"
People wait for you after a show. I knew those girls waited for me too. I knew they were going to. And I was just like, and then the bouncer was like telling them like, go that way. And then he walked me to my car. But I'm just like, what is like, don't like, that's why I love Chappelle's Sticks and Stones, the concept. I love that. I was so like jealous when he named his special that Sticks and Stones. So perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who cares? It's just words. It's just words.
What do you think is going to happen with the state of comedy, like, after this happens? Do you think a bunch of clubs are going to close? Do you think there's going to be less work? I feel like people will need comedy more, but I think there will be less access to it in a way.
I guess.
Not like online, but I mean access in terms of, I think a lot of clubs are going to close down.
I mean, I think the old standards will stay. I think, like, I mean, the Cellar's going to stay. At least the original Cellar. I mean, they own that building, right? So It's like, that's
I
flat.
think the cellar will be fine. I think Stand Up New York will probably close, and it should close.
Good. It used to be a good club.
It used to be one of the best clubs when I this let me see, Stand Up New York and the Comic Strip were the best clubs when I first started.
Yeah, Comic Strip was the first club I passed at. I remember just that was the club. And
I remember like standing online to get a number to audition. That was the club you wanted to get into, and now it's terrible.
it's awful, and it doesn't have to be. That's what I don't understand.
No.
Why can't you just book really good comics and give them the work and pay them? And Stand Up New York paid me in 3 counterfeit bills. Do you know that?
Oh my God. Recently?
I stopped working there like 2 years ago. They paid me in 3 counterfeit 50s. And the only reason I knew, like, I had other spots at the cellar, so I was like uptown doing there, and then I had to go back down, then go back up. And it was like after my second show. So then he just handed me, 3 50s, and I signed the book or whatever, and then I took the money out. And then the next day I was going to the beach with my family, so I took one of the 50s out and I threw it in the cooler. And there was a little bit of water in the bottom of the cooler, and I look, and the bills were bleeding, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I picked it up, and then I ran the other bills under water, and they all bled.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then I called up the club, and I was like, dude, first of all, I have to come in now to exchange the money, which was really annoying. It's like I have to like drive up there, and I lived in Brooklyn. And then they were like, really sorry about that. The accountant said she got him from the bank. And I'm like,
I'm surprised they even gave you more money. I'm surprised they weren't like, how do I know you got them from us?
well, they have to, I called them as soon as like the next morning. And then I was like, I mean, I didn't, but I could, you can call like the SEC or whatever on them and just, like get them nailed for it. Like that was there was no doubt in my mind that somebody knew that those bills were counterfeit. Then they were like, oh, well, sometimes people, tourists will come in and they'll bring counterfeits. I'm like, these were 3 perfectly folded $50 bills that were all nice and crisp together. And so they exchanged them, no issue. But I just was like, that's pretty dirty, and I just don't trust them. I just don't. And it's such a shitty club. So
I've been liking West Side lately. They were paying pretty well for weekend spots. I think at least $100 for 15 minutes.
that's good.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably close though. I don't know how long they could stay open with this.
I don't know how well they're doing. I mean, I don't know. I just remember being shocked, like after, like I texted Noam and I was like, are you serious that this is it? Like, when's the last time you guys worked?
My last set was for AGT, for America's Got Talent.
Okay.
And they didn't even have the auditorium full. They're not even the upper prom. I think there was 50 people in the audience. In fact, I thought it was kind of crazy that they did a show. Right. It was the day that Tom Hanks got
COVID.
Yeah. When it was released. That was the last time.
How did it go? Was it good?
I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I don't really care. I made it to the next round. Simon didn't like me.
Right.
But the rest did, like Howie and all, Eric Stone Street, and who's the other one? Oh, Sofia Vergara. They said I was relatable. But I didn't really like the experience.
Yeah, I auditioned for them when I was like 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so great. And then they started asking me all these questions about being pregnant and doing stand-up and whatever. And then my opening line, it was, the thing about like, just, so I'm thinking about having a baby is what I said. Something about having a baby. So they didn't laugh at all. I was just like, this was so awkward. Like, you basically just talked to me about everything I'm going to talk about, and now I have to talk about it. They're like eating lunch. And I was just like, this is, what am I doing here?
You can't even see the audience because all the judges are blocking them behind their big desk. Right. So there's no connection. And it was just like a weird experience. So I wasn't really that into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the last time.
When was yours, Adrian?
March 12th.
Yeah, I think that was mine too. Yeah.
It was at the cellar. It was actually packed, but it was a weird vibe. That's when everyone was getting their own microphones.
Yeah, and loves like You had like Liz was passing out gloves, like audience. I was like, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
I remember I was supposed to go to Indianapolis and Detroit that weekend, and I think it was a Thursday. I was like, everything just kind of changed in one day. Like, went from like I'm doing spots and everything's okay, and then all of a sudden, like, my manager was like, I don't know, I think you might get quarantined, like, if you go to these places. I was like, I don't want to get stuck in fucking Detroit. I don't know anyone there. So it just all changed crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it was. What was it?
No, I was saying it was really fast.
Yeah, well, it was just one of the, it felt like it was a day to day because at first I was like, I'll just stay in LA and I was going to hang out with friends. And then I think it was when the basketball tournament, they quit it in the middle at halftime. Then Joe told me that. And then we were like, well, I don't want to be stuck in another state because I was thinking that they were going to shut down travel. So I was like, I'll just try to get back to New York before everything shuts down.
What really sucked was I had my first like TV writing gig.
Ah.
And I was excited, and I was working for like a week and a half, and like we were just partners, and so fun, and everybody's bouncing ideas and so great. And then they call me, like, you're dark as of tomorrow, and I was like, what?
I know, it's
Does that mean that, like, when this is over, will you go back to it?
What?
When this is over, will you go back to it?
I don't know. It does. They don't even know. They don't even know if the production is going to keep going or whatever. But I was just always wanted like this great. But I mean, I got this comedy producer credit, which is great. But I was just like,
awesome.
Really? What? Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah, that's the part that's unfortunate because a lot of things are like, especially in our business, it feels like it's all based on momentum. So I felt like we were having momentum.
I was building back is all going to go down the drain.
I just don't know what, like, a lot of people, and I hope you guys, I don't know if you've done this, so if you have, don't be triggered, but people keep asking me to do these stand-up appearances online, and I'm like, I don't want to do stand-up. I just don't. I'll do a sketch video or something funny, or film myself, maybe do a character or something like that, but I don't want to do stand-up on Zoom. Like, I did
it twice. One was Felicia Madison. She set up like an all-day mic thing, and that wasn't so bad because you're really just bouncing ideas with comics, so it felt a little bit natural. But then I did one hot tub with Kurt Braunhaller's and Kristen Schall's show that they do. They did it on Zoom, and it was you don't know if anything's hitting, and it just doesn't feel right. So I feel like I probably wouldn't try something like that again. Yeah,
I mean, at first I was like, oh, let's do something. Yeah. And then one of my, unfortunately, my husband's friends lost his brother-in-law. And then like I had his sister, and then more and more people we know are sick, and people lost their parents and all kinds of stuff. So it's just like I was just saying to Joe, my husband's last name is Joe too, that I want to be funny and I want to like have fun, but at the same time I feel weird like doing what I normally did, which is like really ragging on people and really going crazy and really, but then like in 10 minutes I'll feel that way again, and then I'll be like, no, it's like this weird push and pull. Do you feel that?
Yeah. Well, I know one time Joe and I were thinking about, we were going to do like a music video for something, and then we thought about it. We just felt like it wouldn't age well, and it would be, maybe considering what the death toll and how many people would have been personally affected by it, that we thought that it was not great.
Yeah. What about you, Adrienne?
In terms of doing like stand-up shows, I'm not into it. They would have to give me a lot of money, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
kind of like, you know how like no one wants to do colleges, but you do it because it's like pays well. That's the type of thing where it'd have to be like, I don't want to do this, but you're going to give me $500, I'll do
it. Right. Yeah. It's really weird.
Basically just telling jokes and no one's going to laugh. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know.
Well, and everything's hack. I think by the time everything comes out, too, is so many things are going to be hacky, right? It's like because now like, how like, people that are funny. Like my brother Paul's hilarious. He's really funny, but he's a pilot. He's not a comedian.
Yeah.
But it's like, now he could post something that's just really funny, and you're like, it's like giving a platform to everybody to have a sense of humor about it. So then by the time like 2 months goes by, 3 months, whenever we get to perform, it's like, what jokes are going to be new? What's going to be interesting? I don't know.
Well, it's going to feel weird to go through that and not bring everything up that happened, but it's also going to seem like by the third comic, it's like, we've already heard this. So yeah, it is going to feel weird to just go back to talking about O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, that's very.
Or like whatever you're talking about, it's going to seem so weird.
20 years that you have to go back 20 years to find material.
Yeah, maybe we should wait 6 months after we get out and then start stand up so we can talk about something besides Corona.
I just don't see. I mean, on one hand, you can't not talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. This is like, if you're not on stage, I mean, I assume this is going to go till at least June. I don't know, but it's just like, I will not have been on stage for like 3 months. And I don't know, I'm going to not even know what to talk about, because it's like the stuff that I was talking about back, you know what I mean? It just seems weird.
Yeah.
And why is it weird though? And I'm not being trite. I'm saying like diving down into it. Like, is it because we're faced with this like mortality and stuff like that? Like, I think that's kind of real, right? I mean, do you know what I mean?
Well, it feels like if you started going into like, say, like light observational humor about like your printer, it's like ignoring the elephant in the room when you're like, millions of people died. You're talking about your stupid fucking printer.
Yeah.
Right, but then if you keep bringing up the same thing, it's like, well, we want to get away from this. We just went through it, so we really don't want to hear about it.
It's almost like you want to be like, who wants to hear coronavirus jokes? Who wants to hear stupid printer jokes? I was saying, do you think it was like this, like people complaining about all these different things, right? Like, we're all complaining because we're such spoiled little shits. Like, but anytime people like hide out, like think about like Underground Railroad and stuff like that, where people are like, oh my god, it's so annoying. I've like worn like the same clothes for like 4 days. Like, I don't know. That's the only thing I was thinking about, was during other times of crisis like this, like what were people doing for entertainment? You know what I mean? Like, did they just sit there? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like
I mean, I think
you write a diary.
There hasn't been a
Anne did that, but everybody else, I don't know. She was the only diary that made it.
Yeah.
There's probably other diaries that just, you know, they didn't know somebody in the business and it got soaked under. I'm sure a lot of other diaries were probably written.
Yeah, I would have loved to have read other diaries from that time too.
Diaries like the diary of like Moisha somebody, right?
Yeah.
And then they mention the Frank family, and then you find out some dirty shit about the Franks, right? And then you're like,
well, they probably owned the printing press. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The weird thing is there hasn't been this type of pandemic probably since there was comedy. Like, when is the last thing? The World War II? Like, when is
the Spanish influenza, which was like what, 19?
In the 10s, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't think there was any. I think you went back. I don't know. There was no comedy then.
Measles, polio.
The fact that this happened is insane.
Yeah. No.
And like the wet markets are not. They're supposed to be illegal, but they're not. They're still up.
But is that true? The whole bat thing?
I don't know. They said it was actually something else, another thing.
It's a pangolin. It's one of those like weird dinosaur-y looking anteaters. Apparently, it's in this what is it? Wildlife meat market in China that they do a lot, and which started because of communism in China, which became a huge poverty thing, and that's why that happened. But the conditions that they keep these animals in aren't great. So it was a pangolin apparently hanging on top of a cage of bats, and it was its shit and piss that got in there, and somebody ate the bat, and that's how they got it, and then it spread.
But whoever ate the pangolin was fine?
I'm not sure. It could have just been in their fecal matter. I don't understand they say it's really weird and unusual when a disease jumps from species to species, and it happens rarely, but it's been picking up a lot more in the last probably 15 to 20 years. And but it's happening a lot in China. It's not big. I mean, every culture eats something weird, so it's not unusual to eat something weird. It's just like the
I
conditions
think
that
the
these animals.
conditions that it's kept in.
Yeah.
And like those wet markets are supposed to be outlawed, but they're back up.
What do
Yeah.
they call wet markets?
They're wet markets because it's like killed right there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And it's wet because everyone's crying and peeing
Or they look wet.
Yeah. Ew, that's
from
gross.
sweat.
No, we're just speculating, but it's so funny.
They're sweating because they're
spread
beating the animals. So that's why they're wet markets. And then the pee and shit.
In the beginning, were you like, oh, this is such bullshit. This is so stupid. Like there are
I thought it was like Ebola and swine flu, things that like never affected me. I really thought it was nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
I
too.
did too. I think it wasn't until Italy.
Hmm. But,
I remember when I did those shows with Louis and I texted Joe to be like, hey, did you see anyone wearing like gloves and stuff? And he was like, absolutely not. And I was like, oh, okay, this is nothing. And then like Louis and Cypher were just like not caring about anything. And I was like, oh, I'm clearly overreacting.
right.
And then when I got back, people were starting to wear more stuff. And then that like next week, everything was like canceled.
Where were those shows
Which shows?
with Louis?
DC, New Jersey, Albany,
Wow.
Philly,
Yeah, it's really
Tennessee, I think, Nashville, one of them.
okay. Yeah,
But
it's
then
just-
the next week, everything was like canceled. So it was like weird. I got
Yeah.
back that Tuesday, and that Thursday, everything was like, all my shows were canceled.
yeah, this is yeah. It's what my mother-in-law said about Italy. She's from Calabria. And she's actually she's Australian and Italian, so she has like this really weird accent. She's like, of course they're all, of course it was all like that because they're all the kissing and hugging. 3 times you got to kiss. 3 times you got to kiss.
That's such a crazy accent.
That was a really good one, though.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
They call it it's like the Italian Australians or the Italian or the Greek Australians. Like they call them the ethnics, which is really funny because over here Mario Cuomo, no, Mario, which one?
Chris?
Who's the governor?
Oh,
Mario.
Chris is the hot one, right? And then there's Mario's the dad.
Who's our governor?
I'll look it up. Wait, I know it. I'm going to go in the bathroom and look it up.
I'm from New Jersey, so whatever. Cuomo.
Andrew
Cuomo, sorry. He said when it comes to cleaning your house, make sure you clean. I'm telling, like, go ethnic on this. You know how many people were like, he means Mexicans who can't get over the border. And in Australia, they call people, all the swarthy people who are not native Aussies.
Yeah.
They call them ethnics.
Yeah. That's what I thought you did. I call everything that's outside of America ethnic, like ethnic food.
Ethnic food. Yeah. It's just really funny. That guy got crucified for that. But anyway,
when did he say that? I don't even remember hearing that.
Like 2 weeks ago. He's like, keep everything clean. Like go ethnic meat. Because in households like that, like my mother-in-law has, like, she keeps, she has these beautiful marble countertops in her kitchen, and she keeps tea towels on all the countertops. The whole countertop has tea towel. She doesn't let anybody look at her countertops because she wants to keep them nice. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Plastic on the furniture, like all that kind of stuff. Like that's what ethnic means.
Where is she from?
Calabria in Italy.
Oh, I thought you said that was your aunt. I didn't know that was your...
It's my husband's family. My husband's from Australia, but his parents are from Sicily and Calabria.
Gotcha, okay.
My father-in-law is so funny. He doesn't, not really great in the English department. He'll say things like when he was here visiting, he goes, oh, that over there, that's the one that happened to 7-Eleven. I'm like, That's 9/11, Pop. And he's like,
What did he call it? I didn't even hear you.
7-Eleven. He literally called it 7-Eleven
I
instead of
mean, 7-Eleven is more important than 9/11, so I get it.
Also, a lot of shit happens in 7-Eleven as well.
If 7-Elevens went down instead of the towers, I would have went fucking nuts.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yes. Yeah, he'll say things like women are the good of the women are the good of the kitchen, okay? And the
He's
men,
real Italian.
yeah, he's really, really Italian. He's
That's
super,
hilarious.
women are the good of the kitchen. And I just have to sit there and be like,
He's not wrong though. I like this guy. I love
I've been in
old
the kitchen a
women.
lot.
what?
You guys have been in the kitchen a lot too,
All
right?
I'm doing is cooking.
Oh.
I can't wait till I have to put jeans on and they don't fit.
Yeah.
My don't fit anymore. They're done.
Right now, we should all just be buying maternity clothes because those things will grow with us through.
Yeah.
Corona.
Pouring over. The fat is pouring over. But I like when we finish, I'm gonna go downstairs and have a glass of wine and chocolate. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
World's ending.
I know. Adrian, I think this is a really great time to relapse as well.
Oh my God, that's
That's what I drink. I'm just worried I'm gonna run out of alcohol if I do it.
Well, they
They're
say
essential.
what?
Liquor stores are essential.
I read an article about that. No joke.
Yeah.
I read an article today because my husband and I were talking about that. Like, are they going to close liquor stores? Where he said, I heard they're going to close. I was like, oh no, they can't.
People will go nuts.
Well, also too, they were saying legit, like it could just cause more problems because if somebody's an alcoholic and they need alcohol, then all of a sudden they can, have a problem and then need a ventilator, which they can't get. So
Yeah. So booze up.
boozing. Yeah, I've definitely drunk more and eaten more. Lots of carbs,
Oh yeah.
butter.
So you have a washer and dryer, obviously. I thought you were still living in Brooklyn, but what are you gonna do laundry?
I've done lots of laundry. I already washed. Yeah, I have a washer and dryer. Thank you.
Yeah, so you don't have to go outside. Are you, Sarah? Are you gonna go outside and do laundry?
I already did a drop-off service. I picked it up a few days ago and I just wiped it down with bleach and then put it in my
I'm just
closet.
worried about other people touching my stuff. I'm like, I should just probably do it myself. I don't know.
I think about that too. I don't know. I'm not really wearing a lot of outfits. I wear the same thing for 3 days in a row, and then I could probably just wash all my underwear in a tub, and I think I would be fine
Yeah,
with it.
it's mostly for towels and like comforters and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't do laundry. I lived in New York City for 26 years and I never did laundry. Never.
No, as soon as I found out that you could just drop it off, I was like, this is the best service ever.
I don't know why people don't do that more. I really don't, especially like moms. I was like, what are you doing laundry for? Like, save yourself that time. You only save like $5
Exactly.
sitting there for like 3 hours with these people. It's like, ugh.
I think the problem for me is like if I'm gonna go there and have to pick it up, I might as well just do it. It takes an hour and a half the most, because now they have those high efficiency ones. If I have to go through the trouble of doing that, I would rather just do my own stuff.
Oh, I just don't like folding.
I hate folding too.
That
But
doesn't
I do
bother
want
me.
to watch TV.
Yeah. Like I'll iron or I don't mind doing dishes, but I don't like folding laundry. It's like a math problem.
I have a dishwasher.
Nice.
You're so fancy.
So fancy. It's crazy. We moved into a house. I didn't think I'd ever get a house ever in my whole life. But then our rent was like crazy over the top, like getting expensive. So we were like, screw it, let's just go look. And then we did, and then we found a place and now I live here. And at first I hated it. And then I was like, wow, I have a driveway. Like,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do you have a driveway and a washer and dryer? You're doing better than everyone.
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
How far was your commute is it?
Huh?
How far is your commute to like Manhattan?
35 minutes.
Oh, that's easy.
Not bad. Like, especially that Sellers like so close because it's near Holland Tunnel. So it's like easy. The tolls are more expensive, obviously, and taxes. That's the only problem too, is you pay like double taxes. It sucks. I don't even get it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You live in New Jersey, and you work in New York, you pay like double tax. It's like so stupid.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I think. But whatever.
World ending anyway. It doesn't matter. It's nice that you have a home before the world ends. A house.
I know it was nice. And the fact that I won't be able to pay my mortgage anymore, this will be interesting.
Oh yeah. Do you have a backyard?
No, but the thing is, no one's going to be able to pay anything.
I know. Yeah, we have that and a deck. We don't have any furniture. But I told my husband when we get that stimulus check, that's it.
Yeah.
Fire pit and 2 Adirondack chairs, man. That's it.
That's
I
what
think you should just get a bunch of credit cards and run them all up.
I should. That's what I'm gonna do.
I
Yeah.
just like the idea of all of us spending our stimulus check on like really stupid shit.
I know. I was thinking that sneakers, like, just get like, that people are gonna do that though. That's not even.
I'm gonna get laser done.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my tits. Put it towards my getting tits done.
You get like a quarter of a tit for that.
I'm gonna get my eyebrows done.
1/4 of
stencil eyebrows on or
One
something.
tit.
1/4 of one tit. It's expensive.
Yeah, tits are about $8,000, Sarah.
Yeah, between 8 and 10 for good ones.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. Just don't worry about it because eventually it's all going to go south anyway.
That's true. I just figured it'd be like getting a cow. Like if my tits would make me money somehow.
True, they could, but so many people have great tits.
That's true.
It's a very competitive world of tits.
You're already married too. If you weren't married and you were going to use them to get a husband, or if you're going to start stripping again.
That's true. Or maybe I'll just put it towards my ass.
Like the Brazilian butt lift?
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
I haven't gotten Botox in a while, and I'm really upset about it.
That's what Allison Levy made me laugh. She had a tweet about, we're going to really find out who's been doing Botox and filler.
Yeah, everyone's going to look like crap.
Instead of transitioning into a man, do you think I could transition into a better woman? Maybe that's what you could do.
I don't get all these people who are jogging. I'm like, fuck off. You never jogged, and now you're going to jog. Like,
I think people want to get out of the house.
I know, but they're acting all like, look at me. I'm like, it's like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up. I think that Zoom actually puts a time limit on the meetings.
It did, but it said that we have unlimited minutes.
Did it really? I just saw that it said usually we do 40 and then you get to have extra, but I didn't know how much time they gave us.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a stimulus package. You can be on Zoom more.
Would you rather have a pony or more minutes on Zoom?
I want a pony.
With the cute tucked hair. I just picture our ponies with like those like cute, really little hairdos that they have.
My Little Pony?
Yeah.
I'll tell you all about those bitches.
Where should fans follow you? We have like 4 people that listen to the podcast. So where do you want them to follow you? It's not true. I'm lying.
But it's a little.
Whatever, Veronica Mosey. I'm not on Twitter. I know everybody yells at me, but I don't.
Twitter sucks anyway. I hate Twitter.
And then they can see me at that place.
Comedy Cellar.
In the future, I'll be someplace, hopefully, and
hopefully you'll be writing. What was the show you're writing on? I didn't hear you before.
It was a show on Quibi. I don't know if I'm supposed to really talk about them.
Well, hopefully you get to write on that show and they can see your work there.
I know. Yeah. I hope too. But anyway, just like I'm gonna post stuff on Instagram. I'm nowhere.
You do really great characters, so go follow. Do you do them on Instagram also, the characters? I've seen them on Facebook.
Yeah, I need to get more out there. I'm one of those lazy people that's like that, who's like, I need to, and then I don't do it.
Well, right now you have to go have some chocolate and wine, but thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun.
Love you.
Yeah, that was fun.
And I hope we all get our ponies soon.
Me too. I hope I get a black pony.
Oh yeah. You can choose. You get 4 options when you choose your pony.
That's amazing.
I didn't know that. What are the other options?
You get a black one, and then I don't know, the brown with white spots.
Yeah.
You can get the one with the heart and the forehead.
Or the stars on their butt.
Thinking of
the stars on the
My
butt.
Little Pony and not actual ponies.
Yeah.
No, I want an actual pony.
Yeah, I'll take
But
an actual pony.
branded to
I'm
look.
gonna sit on it and break its back the first day.
All right, you guys have a great night. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
fun.
doing this. We love you. Bye bye.
Bye, Veronica.
Bye.
Um,